that sense of running wild, that sense of being free. And I think that's why people like trail run. It's something that really gets you not thinking about anything but where you are. You've got the views, you've got the nature, and it's so vastly different from route to route, trail to trail.
Trail running is really, it's adventure running. It's getting out into amazing places and mixed terrains, from anything from the wild coast to the mountains of Lesotho, to the technical Rocky Mountains terrain, to deserts. It really is, it's the sense of adventure on the run, and that's essentially, what trail running is.
The Spur Gauteng Winter Trail Series was proudly brought to you by Spur. For 8 years now, the Spur Trail Series events have been the cornerstone of the growth of trail running in South Africa, taking place in the 3 major centres of Gauteng, Cape Town and Durban. The Spur Trail Series hosts over 20 individual races each year that offers thousands of professional and social athletes alike the opportunity to test themselves against both the best in the game and themselves, as they enjoy the spectacular views that the unique venues offer. Sit back and enjoy as we soak in the highlights of the Spur Gauteng Winter Trail Series that took place between Johannesburg and Pretoria over the last few weeks. At the core of the Spur Trail Series has always been the runner's experience, giving them the opportunity to test themselves on challenging yet achievable routes. With various distances on offer to suit your fitness level, what better way to explore these 4 beautiful outdoor venues and take your first steps into the growing world of trail and adventure running?
So the Spur Gauteng Trail Series is unique in that it's a series of collectively of 4 races. And to qualify for an overall series result, you have to race at least 3 out of 4 races. And with that, you'll qualify. It has to be either 3 long courses or 3 short courses. And a long course typically between 10 and 13 Ks, and a short course typically between 5 and 7 kilometers. Which is great because it gets guys sort of planning. They can plan for a month of June. Every weekend in June there's a trail race going on, 4 very unique venues, and it gives them a sense of overachievement where one race done and dusted might not feel so magic, but if you collectively do it over a series and you know that at the end of the series you're going to be placed in a category and you can see that tangible results is what gets guys excited about this and unique to Wild Runners Trail Series. We have a short course series in Cape Town. We have a summer and a winter series, winter in July and the summer series in January and February. We have one in KZN as well, so KwaZulu-Natal gets their chance in October. And collectively it makes up a great national trail series, which is the only short course trail series nationwide. On a typical morning of a trail series event, we'll have registration opening at least 2 to 3 hours before the event starts, which gives the people that are coming to collect numbers and registering on the day enough time to get there, see the vibe that's happening. The music's on, the bean bags on, the heaters are going in winter time, the coffee's on the brew, which is always fantastic. So the guys can get there early, register for the Spur Trail Series, and then relax, chill out, do a few warm-ups, and then before heading off to race. So registration it's quick and painless. If you enter online, it's the quickest and easiest way to do it. All you do is pick up your number on race day and off you go. We also, for the first time this year, have hosted pre-registration at Protea Hotels on the Friday before the run. It gives guys a chance, if they don't want to get there 2 hours before the race starts and they want to maybe get there 40 minutes before or half an hour before, it gives them a chance to pick up their registration, sign in for their name, sign the indemnity, pick up a number and off you go.
I think it's been brilliant, signage getting here, updates on the website, buying tickets online, even registration here, and the actual organisation of the race. Once we're here, we know exactly where to go. Everyone's really helpful, friendly. It's a great day. It's actually my first trail series ever, and I started with the short course, giving myself a small challenge, and I decided to take on the long course in the second round, and I'm at number 4 now, so I think I might be hooked.
what's great about the Spur Gauteng Trail Series is the variety the trails can offer you. From the very quick, fast course of Basora, which has established mountain bike trails and forest sections, you move on to race 2, which is at the Henops River. There you have very technical trail, you have some pretty gnarly descents and ascents, and it's generally the one that gets guys talking about because it is very technical and it's something that you don't often find up in Gauteng. Then moving on to race 3, you have the Segwati Game Ranch, which is magic just for the sheer number of animals, from giraffes to zebras to eland. All these guys out on trail, wildebeest, and it gets the guys really a sense of being in the wild and really running where you wouldn't normally run, you know, on a Sunday. And then moving on to race 4, which is at Pelindaba, which is right along the Croc River. You're traversing through bamboo sections and sandy sections, and you have some very nasty hills, which get the guys talking about for a while afterwards. But bombing down, it's all downhill for the last K or so, which gets the guys talking as well. And yeah, so that gives you that sort of perspective. So Pelindaba, definitely the one for the hills. What's also great is the fact that these drives are not too far from main city centres. We're talking about an hour at most from Johannesburg, 40 minutes from Pretoria. So there are really races that are in and around the area. It's right, it's close by. A lot of people don't actually know about that. And having a late start at 9 AM for the Spur Winter Trail Series has also been great. So guys have more than enough time to get there, ample parking at each venue, so it's kind of a series which is really not far out there, but once you're inside the trails, you feel like you're 100 k's away in the middle of nowhere, which is something quite special.
So the concept behind the Spur Trail Series was principally, and it started obviously as the Trail Series, is back in 2007 there were no short course races introducing anyone to the sport. There were only longer, harder, severe mountain races that really were the realm of the hardcore bearded mountain runner, and it didn't really. There wasn't a place where people could really get a flavour for it and then go out and either carry on with trail running and do all these exciting adventures, or turn and say, you know what, actually trail running is not for me, and I'll go back to my road running. And so it's a huge range in the trail series, and the principle behind it was really, hey guys, this is such an amazing sport. Let's do a short course series. It really gets the juices flowing, gets people excited about the sport, and then from there on they'll go and take on and tackle other adventures. And of course Spur's involvement is a real natural fit. You know, it's a wonderful family lifestyle brand, the Spur brand, and it fits perfectly with the trail series. You know, the youth, the families that come, the kids that race, the mini-me's, the pee-wees. It's such an amazing family atmosphere that recipe has really worked very, very well.
The Spur Trail Series has given us a great platform to launch on the junior side of things. We have a pee-wee category, which is all runners between the ages of 6 and 9, and they can compete in their own category. So not only do they get to compete against mates, cross-gender as well, and it's a sense that even though the older guys are going to run and take the first couple of places over the line, They know that if they're in that age group, they can still compete for a prize, which makes it great and very competitive. And especially in the Spur Gauteng series, you see a lot of youngsters coming through, which is great to see. Our next category up is the mini-me categories, and those are all runners between the ages of 10 and 14. And those guys and girls as well compete as one in the category for prizes. And then you're moving on to the junior category between 15 and 17. That typically, if there's enough guys and girls for each, we'll split them up, just because at that age you can see the boys are stronger at that age. So we like to split that up to recognize the females that are coming down. And then moving on, you've got the open category, which is everyone from 18 above. And in that open category, we separate the veterans, which is 40 to 49, and the master category is 50 plus. So it gives guys a sense that even though they may not be the strongest on the day in terms of the top 10 overall, they can still compete in their division for a prize at the end of the series, granted that they have run 3 out of 4 races.
And I think really at the heart of trail running as a sport is the sense of adventure. It's something, you know, it's almost the whole born to run element. This is where we're born to run. We're born to run in nature. We're born to run on trails and mountains, beaches, and all the wonderful places that we have to be able to do this thing. So that really, and I think that's what's really in its own natural sense is just buoying the whole sport up, because, and organisers like Wild Runner really are the ones who just put the route down and create the environment that people can then experience something, and trail series is their first experience, and from there they go on and race other things. So it's very exciting. I think like so much in trail running, it's a lot is seen in hindsight. I think at the time, you know, you climb those steep climbs and you run hard and you go as fast as you can, and you get to the finish line and you're generally broken. And you know, a 10k on a road versus a 10k on a trail can be vastly different. And so generally, yeah, you know, it's hard work, but it's an all-over body workout. It's you know, you're using your core stabilizers, you're concentrating, very much a concentration element, less rhythm and more trying to find rhythm where you can. So I think the range of feelings with a trail run is vast, and the sensation though, it still runs true. I think very often people don't really fully understand what really makes them feel so good about a trail run, whether it's the workout, whether it's the being outside and no traffic and lovely people around. The trail running really attracts, you know, really fantastic people. So I think it's such a range, you know, of what really gets people excited about the sport.
The Spur Trail series is designed to have something for everyone. It is always a great day out, whether you are competing for the overall series prize in your category or just hoping to make it to the finish line. And with the series taking place on 4 consecutive weekends in June, it is easy to plot your progress as you work towards your own lofty goals.
This season alone, we've had about over 1,000 entries each race. That's over 4,000 entries, of which 800-900 runners are finishing, and they keep asking us when the next one is. So it's a bug that's bitten, and a bug that's definitely going to stay. And what's nice is a great variety of mix. So there's unique runners, guys running the trail series, Spur Trail series for the very first time, and guys that have come back and have run every series so far and want to check in how they're doing with their times, course by course, year by year, which is great. Which is why we like to keep the venues and routes the same. They're working for us now, and the fact that guys can compare times to previous years and try better it.
Wild Runner has been around since 2007, and we started the trail series in 2008. And we realized very quickly that people who coming from a running background didn't fully understand what they're getting themselves into. So a guy who would race a 21K and did a really good time would come on a trail run and get themselves absolutely blasted and finish and think, wow, that's the hardest thing I've ever done. So we developed a trail grading system which basically focuses on three main aspects, and one is the single track and the amount of single track, because it's quite important, and how technical that single track is. And then lastly, traditional to trail running is very steep ascent or descent, and how much there is. And those three components principally change how long you spend on a trail. So we've graded everything, and it's a very simple grading system that allows you to understand what you're getting yourself into. So we're not saying to a guy that's just getting into the sport, you know, come and do the Rutaswal Wild Run, or come and do, you know, the Henops Trail Series race. Spur Trail Series race. We'd rather say to them, you know what, start off with this race. It's an orange grade, it's a slightly easier one. Get a feel for it, and then if you're hungry for it, then you get to understand the sport a bit better. So all our races in Wild Runner, from the Trail Series, Spur Trail Series, through Mountain Challenges and Wild Runner, all graded, so you can really understand fully what you're getting yourself into.
It's not the same thing over and over. It's not like monotonous running.
It's not about winning or leading. It's just about being out there, having fun on the trails.
I think it's a social element, but also, you know, being able to come out and enjoy, you know, the beauty of South Africa and, you know, meet new people and just give yourself a bit of a challenge at the end of the day.
Trail running is awesome. Once you start trail running, you never go back.
Just a really cool way to run, to be honest. Sicker road running, trail running is amazing, less injuries, more social. Got my wife to come out and run with me. Happy wife is a happy life.
It's nice to challenge your body. It's to get that different terrain, and you know, you think a bit more about what you do when you run, as opposed to road running where you just follow the flow. Yeah, you have to think and you have to look where you're going, otherwise you're going to come short.
I think after a trail run you have a feeling of elation, you have a feeling that you've done something, you've achieved something. Often you look over the terrain and you can see out to where you've just come from, and it's hills and it's rolling mountains, and you have a look and you actually can't believe what you've just done. So there's definitely a sense of elation, a sense of achievement in trail running. And I think the whole camaraderie and community that trail running brings, it's a very heavily sensed on everyone collectively finishing. Often the winning guys will wait until the last guys come in, and that sense of achievement for all, not just for the top guys, is something really great.
The Spur Trail Series is very lucky to have some fantastic support from sponsors. Of course, Spur is the title sponsor. As I've said, you know, an amazing brand, and really the synergy between the two works really well. And Adidas, you know, a global brand, they make an amazing array of apparel. So, you know, again, an amazing support. And then Boss Sport, giving the ice cold drink at the end. Graham Beck Wines, Protea Hotels. Really a fantastic array of brands that are involved.
Trail running is fast becoming the preferred activity amongst South African outdoor enthusiasts. With very little gear requirement and no barrier to entry, it is easy to see why trail running is the perfect way to get fit and enjoy the beautiful landscape that this country has to offer.
When you're gone, time goes so slow. I don't even know you at all. Take me back to where it matters. That's all that matters. Play it over and over and over and over again.
The Spur Trail Series has been expertly managed over the last 8 years by the enthusiastic people at Wild Runner. A group of avid outdoor people who understand what it takes to offer professional, value for money and exciting events that keep people coming back for more and more each year.
Back in 2007, there were 36 races nationally in South Africa. There are now over 480 races nationally. So there's plenty to choose from, and you know, wildrunner.co.za, you can get a feel for the other races that we have on. We've the next trail series in Gauteng will be the Spur Gauteng Summer Trail Series in October, November, so that's the next one for us. There's plenty to go around and plenty of other events to experience, and from the trail series you can work your way up into the Mountain Challenge series, and then from there on into the multi-day stage races like the Wild Runs, Ruttersveld Wild Run, Lesotho Wild Run, Wild Coast Wild Run, all events that challenge you that bit further and get you into some really wild places. So plenty of experiences out there in trail running to go and explore.
Don't you feel the same? Maybe we are just the same. Don't you feel the same? Just the same. We are 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 just the same.
Very good, very nice course. I did Henops 2 weeks ago. This was a whole lot easier. Very, very enjoyable course. Very nice run. Very nicely organised as well.
An awesome time. It's such a beautiful venue. Yeah, no, we chatted from the start to the end, and it was just absolutely great. It was awesome. Thanks.
The river section was definitely our best part.
Yeah.
We stopped to take photos.
Lots of selfies. But yeah, no, thanks to Spur and all the organisers, Adidas, everyone. It was absolutely amazing series, and definitely be back.
It was a really nice run. I really enjoyed it. I had a wonderful time at Trail Series. I'm definitely going to come back next time.
A virgin trail runner, first run. Looking forward to getting back and doing another one. Really enjoyed it.
In terms of prize giving is short and sharp as well. We'd like to try and get at least 75% of both courses in before we start the prize giving, which gives enough time for the back markers to sort of drop their tag off as well for the spot prizes that we give out at every race. And typically, you know, it'll be 20 minutes for a prize giving, and it's normally an hour and a half after the start of the long course. So it gets the majority of the guys in before we get going on the prize giving. I think for me, trail running is something that people would not normally go out and do in places where you wouldn't normally go out and go. It's something unique and guys want to go out and do it, and it's something you can spend your morning with a family, which is why the Spur Gauteng Winter Trail Series works so well. Very heavily centered on family and family orientation. You've got the kids, you've got the categories like Pee-wees and Mini-me's, which are for the young guys, and it gets them excited and quite competitive as well, which is great. And of course you have your older guys who do like to still race but are still keen to bring the kids, introduce the youngsters into trail running. And giving them a sense of achievement. I think it's a lot harder to run over rocky terrain and traverse all sorts along the river and up and down, and you're getting muddy and you're getting wet, and it's something exciting and adventurous for the kids, which is why I think trail running definitely works. It's a sport really for the big names to come and race a quick race, whether they're training for a bigger, longer run. It's great speed work for them, and it's also one for the guys maybe not competing and want to just have a fun day out with the family.
To find out more about the next series in your area, log on to www.trailseries.co.za and get yourself dialed into the sport that is sweeping the nation. It is the perfect entry point into the world of outdoor adventure, healthy bodies and smiling faces. We look forward to seeing you on the start line. The Spur Gauteng Winter Trail Series was proudly brought to you by Spur.